Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Skies Above Britain from GMT Games, designed by Jerry White and Gina Willis. Alright, so this is going to be, we're still in Chapter 1, but this is Patrol 5. Chapter 1, Patrol 5. Okay, one thing I noticed is that I have my first ace, Joseph Kelly. And he has 2 escort kills and 3 bomber kills. All right. So I picked him an ace skill, which is vision. That's what this little marker represents. Put it there by his letter so I don't miss it. He is an ace and he's in the blue flight. Okay, we have red flight set up over here. Veteran, they have a green pilot with them. The blue flight has a green pilot F with them. Green has a green pilot with them L. And yellow also has a green pilot. So still able to keep my pilots from getting fatigued, but it's running really close. Okay, first thing I need to do is figure out my location here. Had to get my cup. Okay, see where my squadron's going to be at. 9. All right, we're out on the coast again. 3 fuels get used. 1, 2, 3. So that's our fuel position. And now we need to check for sun. We have 7. Which is clear with sun, and the sun position is 3 in the nose. Okay, so the sun is starting up here nose high. All right. All right, next thing I got to do, I had these guys parachuted, so they can now come out of that block and be returned to the squadron because they're not going to get picked for this flight anyway. So W, he was a green. Okay, got a roll for my guys in the hospital here. We'll start with G. He gets 10. Hey, he got returned. Okay, so G's back in the regular pilots. That's good. And now U, he's a green pilot. 7. Nope, he's still in the hospital. Okay, so he stays in the hospital. All right, I think we're all set up, so we're ready to go. So here we go. So the first thing we do is we pull our reveal. There is no marker yet in place, so we start our reveal markers. There'll be 2 of them drawn here. All right, first one is Messerschmitts. Well, gee whiz. Okay. Right out of the gate, we got Messerschmitts. That is card number 2. Okay, if the raid marker or squadron marker is in the deep zone, it's not. If the raid marker, squadron marker is not in the deep zone, select a section at random. If none, select a fighter at random. And then we do a Luftwaffe advantage card and go to the dogfight cycle. All right. So, first thing we'll do, which section is it going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys know the drill. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, green section is the one that's coming. And we draw our green section spins of fuel. So, we move their fuel marker up. Right there. Come back over, and the Luftwaffe advantage says what? Tailed by the swarm, and they are not 110s. Okay, so we're being tailed. So a swarm of 109s came through. These represent like a fighter sweep or some returning fighters from somewhere different from the normal attack. Okay, now we go to our dogfight cycle. We placed our fighters and we do head-on combat. We don't have any. We now do tailed maneuver. Okay, so what do I want to do? I'm going to try to turn into these guys and see what happens. Okay. Oh, wrong cards. Tailed combat. Here we go. So this is tailed. So we pull our card. I have a squadron. He's 109s. We get loose. We have one fighter gets loose. One fighter takes a hit, and the 109s break off. Okay, so the first one is one fighter is going to become separated here. He gets a 12. That is green 2. My green pilot. He got separated. All right. Now we got to roll who gets the damage. Number 2. It is green 3. Okay. So we'll pull our damage check. And it is, you get it the right way, engine 6. Okay. Engine 6. And the 109s fly on by. Okay. All right. Now we go to tailing. There isn't any. Then we go to hit checks. So I got to roll here. I need a 6 or higher. 2. So green 2. And this is engine. Green 2 is on the board in the fake box for an engine. Okay. And then we go resume. Okay. Engaged. No. Let's see. Once all hit markers have been checked, the dogfight round ends. Engaged if the section or independent RF fighter is still engaged with German fighters. They lose contact. No. Go back to card D2. Not engaged. This dogfight is no longer engaged. Check for other engaged sections. Nope. If no fighters, return to the main deck and resume whichever sequence we were on. Okay. So he's separated. He'll be lost contact. I believe they're both lost contact at the end of that. Yep. I'm just checking my after the tailed combat. Apply all. After resolving, if there's no tailed combat, go to step D4, which we did. We draw trailing deck, go to card D5, hit checks, numbers list, pull a hit marker, and then resume. Not engaged, no longer engaged, check for other engaged sections, turn to D2 for the next dogfight, return to the main deck, and resume whichever sequence. Okay, well, we go through all these cards. We don't have any. We're going to get to card number 9. 6, 8, 9. Fuel. Each section spends 1 fuel. So everybody, green moves up and these 3 move up. So they spend another fuel. Okay. Then we do contact. I believe both of these guys are lost contact down here after that, being jumped. The raid marker's not yet on the raid track. Skip this step. The raid marker is not there yet. B. Vector. Do a move or reform action to improve your squadron situation, or do nothing. Yep. Okay. Move options, move the squadron block to an adjacent. Move to a different altitude. If you do both move actions, you must spend a fuel. Escort exit. Make escort checks. There aren't any yet. Reform. Sections, fighters that are lost contact may return to the squadron. All sections that return to the squadron spend 1 fuel or return to base. So I can change these guys to high altitude. And these guys can rejoin. That's green, leader, and green 2. But it costs them another fuel. So green is burning up some fuel here, but they're back in the squadron again. Okay. Now we go back to card 1. And not on there. So we draw our next marker, and it is weather and Messerschmitts. Okay, so weather is card number 8. Oops. 8. Okay. If the sun marker is on the interception map, it remains there. If visibility changes to haze. So we go to haze right here, but the sun marker stays on the map. So if the sun marker is on the interception map, so we have haze with sun. Okay, after the effects, we go back to card 1. So now we go back to card 1. And now we have Messerschmitts. So another wave of fighters are coming by. The raid marker, squadron marker is in the deep zone of the raid track. It's not. So here we go again. So we have to randomly select which section is going to get attacked. 12. That'll be yellow section. Okay. So yellow section's coming. We draw them a Luftwaffe advantage card. And it is head on. Bounced. If Hef escort, nope, we don't have that. So it's head on with a rod. Okay. So we bring the rada over. Put them head on to my yellows. We're back to our fighter cycle. We place the fighters, and now we do head on combat. Well, I have a squadron. So we go 1 fighter loose, the 109s peel off, and we check for collision. Okay, so 1 fighter is going to get loose here. It is number 8. My leader, he got loose. Okay. The 109s break off, and we got to check for collision. Collision happens on a 1. 8, no collision. Okay, that's the end of that card. That's head on. So my leaders lost contact. We go tailed, nothing, no tail in combat, no hit checks, and so now we go back to our main deck. So after reveal, that's going to take us, oh, and I should have used fuel up on yellow for making that attack right there, so yellow burns up a fuel. So my fuel's starting to get spread out for the first time. Usually they stay pretty tight. But it came off of there. Reveal. And so that gets us back to fuel. So the whole squadron burns more fuel. So we're eating up a lot of fuel and haven't even found the bomber formation yet. Contact, there's no raid marker yet. So we skip contact, we go vector. He's going to, yellow's going to burn another fuel and get rejoined up back here again with the squadron. And we go back to card number 1. So, using a lot of fuel, haven't found anybody yet. All right, here we go. Reveal markers. Now, the second one uses 4. So we start with this one, and we get, there's a raid and an anti-aircraft. Okay, raid marker is card 5A, 3, 4, 5A. If the raid marker is not yet in play, place the raid marker into vector marker space. It's right there. If visibility is clear, it is not, it is haze. If visibility is not clear, place the raid marker and go back to card 1. Defer rolling a die for escort station markers until contact happens. If the raid marker is already on the track, it's not. Okay, so now we go back to card 1, and we're going to have anti-aircraft fire, which is card 6A. 5B, 6A, flak. Note the number, it is 1. Draw a damage marker for a bomber. Hurricane side up. It is fuselage. So somebody got a fuselage hit. All right. Place the marker there because we don't have the bomber tiles yet. Go to 6B. Tally ho. If the raid marker is on the raid track and the squadron is at high altitude, you may spend 1 fuel to immediately perform contact. Well, there you go. We're going to do tally ho. So we're doing tally ho. We're going to jump up to card number 10. We immediately go to card 10A. 8, 9. Oh, it said to spend 1 fuel. So everybody spends a fuel. Yellow and green are going to run out of fuel pretty quick here on this one, I'm thinking. Okay, here we go. Contact. Raid marker is on the raid track. You may perform contact if squadron is in the same or adjacent zone to the raid marker. Contact is automatic. Well, we're automatic. Roll a die on one of the contact tables to determine the squadron's starting position on the interception map. All right. So, here we go. We're going to see what this is. It's a 3. 3 or less. Tail low, or we could spend a fuel and be tail high. Well, I can't spend any more fuel. I've spent enough. So we're coming in tail low. I was at tail high. Modifiers. -1 if clouds, +1 if high. Oh, so that makes that a 4 because I was high. Flank low. There we go. We're coming in flank low. Port. Take my high marker off. So we swoop down and we're coming in now flank low. All right. We're on the board. Contact, move your squadron block to the interception map. Go to card 12. Also, lost contact fighters, I don't have any. Escort station markers and bomber tiles. Okay, so we got to do our escort station markers and our bomber tiles. So first thing is the escort station. We roll for it, and it is 11. I like 11. 11 is lead 109s. We had that last time. They're not so easy to get to us. Lead 109s. Now we need to find out what our bombers are. First, the bomber type is 9. That's the Dornier again. And the formation is 11. Okay. So 9 Dorniers, 11, 4 tiles. They're in a box. Okay. So 4 tiles. 3, 4. And they're in their little box formation here. 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 Like this. Square it up there a little bit. Yeah, that like that. Okay. There we go. So we have escorts. We have all the good stuff out there. And now we go to card 12, which is our orders. Now we're going to split the groups up. I'm going to send blue section after the fighters. So blue section is going to take an escort order. And the other guys, red, green, and yellow, are all going to the bombers. Okay. All right. So I want to tangle with them fighters, see if I can drive them off. And there's the reason I did that is I have my ace and he has the vision. It's going to give him RAF advantage on him. I can use that one time. Okay. So here we go. Escort order. If the targeted escort station marker is light, roll a die for each formation with an escort order and consult the intercept. You know what? I did this last time. I got to make sure I can even intercept those guys because they're in the lead and I'm coming from the flank. I may not be able to do that. And if that's the case, they'll all be on bomber orders. Flank. I was flank low. Yeah, I can't do that. So the whole squadron's on bomber orders. Okay. Take my escort order off of there. Put my whole squadron thing back on the board. Well, we can't go after the fighters. Not this turn. Okay. So there is no escort order. No escort order. No defensive circle. And now we're at escort suppression. No escort suppression. Sorry, my mind was trying to catch up with something. Bomber orders. Okay. So we got to try to intercept the bombers with the squadron here. So we're coming in. Flank low. Costs everybody a fuel. Here goes our fuel. Green and yellow ain't going to hang around long. I can tell you that. They're going to get 1 or 2 passes and have to get out of here. Okay. Flank low. Escort is in the lead. They're 109s. I need a 5 or higher to intercept. All right, 5 or higher to intercept. 1. Oh, we did not intercept. Okay. If there's escort and the attempt to intercept bombers fails, move the RAF fighters to the lost contact area, then draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each section in the formation. So, that means they're going to draw, because I had the whole section there, they're going to draw 4 I brought them in as a squadron, trying to hit them all at one time. I want to check something. Yeah, so I was just looking at what I did here. I could have divided the 4 sections and given each section an individual order to go after the bombers, but I didn't. I did a squadron order, so I got to suffer the squadron results. So what that means is I got to draw all 4 bombers are going to be lost contact, or fighters, I mean. So we're going to flip them over. They're going to be lost contact, lost contact, lost contact. Okay, we got to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each section in the formation and go to the dogfight cycle. Place fighters. So here we go. Got to draw this card, and it says head on. Bounced. If heavy escort, it's not. So we get bounced, the first one, by the Rada here in red. So he's coming in. He's coming in head on. So we're going to do our head on combat. Right here. This is squadron head on. Whew. We got a G, and the G means loose. So my green pilot gets loose. That's him. He's now loose. We score a hit, so they lose a fighter. So I got to roll to see which one of my pilots scored the hit. And they're all there still, because all this happens simultaneously. Number 2. So red 3 gets a fighter kill. Red 3 is P. Wendell Pendleton. He gets his first fighter. I'll mark our fighter over here. That's going to give me a victory point because I get 1 for every 4 fighters I shoot down. Okay, that's going to reduce the 109s down to 1. Somebody takes the fighters break off, so they're gone. They left. We took a hit, so now I got to roll to see who got hit. Number 11, that was the green pilot. Red 2, he took the hit. That's what made him loose probably. It's a wing 9. He took a pretty big hit. And I got 1 pilot takes a low ammo. Okay. And the low ammo goes to 3, which is red 3. Red 3 takes a low ammo. I have for my B pilot, he's a veteran. He has the stay trim skill. And the stay trim means veteran privilege. Stay close. In a section, cancel a result applied to a green pilot. This applies to dogfighter, advantage cards, bomber formation. So I can keep him close, or I can keep him from getting hit. And I think that's the one I want. So I'm looking at veteran privilege, page 50. Let's look at those skills real quick here. Let's see, my stay trim. Use this only when the veteran is in the section with a green pilot. It saves that green pilot from 1 result on an advantage dogfight card that specifically affects a green pilot. That is, it cancels either one of those icons. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So he at least stayed in the formation there with those guys. He's just got to hope his hit doesn't knock him down. I can take this off of there now because they're all going to be scattered after this. Ah. Messing up my markers. Okay, here we go. Well, gee whiz, Dave, come on. All right. Head-on combat's over. There's no tailing, no tailed combat, no tailing, hit checks. So now we got to roll. We need a 9 or higher. Come on, 9 or higher. 3. Okay, so he's got to go to the fate box with a wing. All right. That's it for that one. Now we resume, so we go to the next one. So we go right back over here, see what blue section is going to have. Now, blue section has my ace. So, I think for my ace, I'm going to pull the REF advantage card for this one. That uses up my ace skill, which means I take that off of there because I'm not going to have it next time. We get REF advantage. Aha, we're tailing a swarm. Like that. All right. Blast them. Section only. If REF fighters are attacking out of the sun, add a damage result. Okay, we're not attacking out of the sun. But we have the advantage. So we placed our fighters. No head on. No tailed maneuvers. So we're at tailing combat. So here we go. Tailing. Tailing with my squadron. I get a T and a low ammo. T means the Germans turn. So now they're coming head on. One of my pilots takes a low ammo, and it will be 3. Blue 3 takes a low ammo. Okay. So we go hit checks. There aren't any. And we're still engaged. So we go back to D2. The fighter's already there. And now we do head-on combat. So here comes the head-on card. Head on. One hit on me, and they break off. All right. So who's going to take the hit? It will be 2. So blue 3 is going to take a hit. And it is wing 6. The swarm breaks off, so they're gone. Okay, and now we do our hit checks. All right, so we need 6 or less. 6 or more, 6 or more. 11, all right, they didn't hurt him. That comes off. He gets through that. That's the end of that one. Now we start the next one. Place our fighters. Luftwaffe advantage. Head on. Behind you if heavy escort. Nope. So it's another head on. With another Rada. Here comes the head on. Head on against my flight right here. So it's going to be, I suffer a hit, they break off, and they get reinforcements. Okay, so somebody's going to suffer a hit. It's even on the leader, odd on the other guy. It's even. The leader's going to take a hit. And it is cockpit 9. That's not good. And they break off, but they get replaced with those guys. Head on. After resolving head on, go to card D3A tailed. So I got to do my maneuver now for tailed. And I have a damaged guy. So we're going to try to evade. So we need to get out of this. Those cards up. All right. So we're going to tailed maneuver. If any... Oh. Wait a minute. If an RAF fighter has a hit marker attached, and we do, it and or its section may not select a maneuver. Okay, so I do not get a maneuver here. So I'm being tailed. It's a right onto my section. So one plane is loose and we suffer 2 hits. Oh, brother. I hope they all go on the leader so my other fighter doesn't get damaged. Okay. First of all, one of you guys is going to be loose. One. He's broken off. All right. Now, first hit goes against even. That's the leader. And it is a engine 6. Okay. And then we got to check for one more hit. And it is against even. Cockpit 9. Okay. That's all for the tailed there. Now, these fighters stay on him, and this guy got lost contact. Tailing, hit checks. Well, we have cockpit, and engine. So we'll start with the cockpit. They're both a 9. Got to have a 9 or higher. Nope. That's it. So he goes into the cockpit. Okay. They're off the board now. So we go one more with the yellow squadron, yellow section. Theirs is tailed by a swarm. Okay. Man, this has been brutal. All right, no head on, tailed maneuver. I can either try to turn. We're going to try a turn and see what we can do here. We're going to try to turn into these guys. So here we go. They're tailed. They're tailed. Here comes the combat. We did a turning maneuver. Dang it. 2 hits. Man, getting shot up on this deal here. This is bad. Okay, here we go. Who gets hit? It is 8. The leader, he takes the first hit. And it is engine 5. Okay. And the second hit goes against 10. Yellow 2. Yellow 2 takes a hit. Rudder 8. Ugh. That's a hard hit there. And that's it for tailed combat. We're not tailing anybody. We got to do our hit checks. Okay. Leader, he needs 5 or above. 4. He's out. Man, that's an engine. And now yellow 2 needs an 8 or higher. 8. All right. Well, he survived that one so far. Good. That came off of there. All right. So we go back here to D2 again. We don't have head on, so we do our tailed maneuver. This time, it's evade. We want to get out of here. We got to get out of here. Okay, he's going to evade. So he draws 2 cards. 1, 2. My hurricanes section. I got a whole lot happening up here. They get reinforcements, they hit me. So we're gonna go with this one. Wow, nothing's good. But I don't want them to have, well, you know what? If I go with this one, yeah, this is the one I'm gonna go with. They'll get reinforcement. Oh, they stay on me. No, I can't go with that. I got to go with this one. One of my planes is loose. He uses up a fuel. The section does. We're going to take a hit, and they're going to get reduced by 1. Okay, first one is who's loose now. Odd. This guy's loose. We'll set him off to the side for now. Section uses fuel. We now have low fuel. All right, we're gonna check to see who takes the hit. It is even. Even is yellow 3. He's gonna take a hit. And that is, elevator 10. Wow, that hurt. And they get reduced to 3. Next thing is hit checks. So we got to roll here. I need a 10 or higher. 5. Okay. So he goes to the elevator. That leaves this guy being tailed there by those 3. So we go back around, and now he's going to do an evade because he's trying to get away from these guys. He gets 2 cards. Now we have a single plane. One's a reduced. One is a hit. So we'll take this one, and he's reduced now. So he goes from a swarm to a rata. No damage, but he's still on my tail. So one of their pilots broke off. All right, we're gonna evade again, trying to get away from these guys. 2 cards. He takes a hit and a reduce, or he takes a hit. Well, we'll take the hit and a reduce. Okay, so he's gonna take a hit. Wing 7, he gets reduced to 1 fighter. And now we roll to see if he's going to survive. He needs a 7 or higher. 3, he did not. So yellow section is now done. He goes to the wing. Okay, that's it for them. They break away. We go back to our orders again. Wow. There's no cruise order. There's nobody in the bomber formation because everybody's lost contact. Escort reaction. So we need to check the escort reaction and see what they do. Escort reaction. If port station is empty, a head moves there. Nope. He's in the lead station and nothing to do out there. Haze, but we don't have clouds yet, so they can't, the bomber formation won't duck into clouds. Okay, so nothing changes there. Chase, so all my guys in lost contact, chase or go home. Well, green 2 is going back to return to base. They're about out of fuel anyway. Might as well go home. Red and blue sections are going to chase right here for this contact. And we're going to run the risk of getting intercepted by this fighter escort. Okay, here we go. We're going to chase. Chase table right here. Escort is light. So this is red section. I'll tell you what, I can roll both dice. Red for the red, blue for the blue. We need 7 or higher. Two and a 5. So blue did nothing. They're still lost contact. Red has a problem, because they're going to get intercepted by the Luftwaffe. So they get an advantage card. For the red section, it is tailed. Section only. Green pilot becomes independent and is tailed by a rudder. I don't have, my green pilot's already gone. Okay, so we're getting tailed by this group right here. Wow. Fighters are fierce today. Fierce. Can't even get to the bombers. All right. Here we go again, back to the dogfight cycle. Place the fighters. I did that. No head on. Tailed maneuver. Yep. We're going to evade. Oh, and you know what? I didn't do this back there. I probably cheated myself. When I evade, they get dropped by 1. So we're going to drop 1 and do it first this time. Evade. They get 2 cards. I can take a hit and reduce them by 1, or I can take a whole bunch of, I can get loose, use a fuel. I don't have a green pilot and they get reduced. Well, that's the route I'm taking. Okay, so one of these guys is going to be reduced. It is even. So he's reduced. Okay. Red section burns a fuel. No green, and they get reduced again. So they're down to 2 now. Okay. I'm going to have them chase this guy. Leave my leader up there. He's going to evade. Drops them to 1. Gets 2 cards. Don't like that one. Okay, so the first one was they get reinforcements head on and it takes a hit. Or they break off and I take a hit. So I'm taking a hit no matter what, but he'll break off, so I get rid of the 109s coming after me. He's got to take a hit. And the hit is wing 9. Man, I'm drawing high numbers today too. And even when I don't, it's not working out for me. Okay. So, we did all that. Now we check for the damage. I need a 9 or higher. 9 or higher, please. 5. Nope. So he's off the board now. That was a wing for red 3. All right. Man, I got hardly anybody left. Chase is over. Patrol complete. I'm tempted to go home, but I haven't hit these bombers yet. I really like to get a victory point, another victory point. Go to card 22, which will be fuel, I do believe. Fuel. So red and blue, spend a fuel. Okay. And now, there's no escort recovery to do. Escort exit. He doesn't have, number's 11. Okay, if the number, roll a die for each escort station marker and compare the number rolled to the one of the red numbers. Okay. 11 or higher, he'll go home, the escort will. Nope. Not so lucky today. All right, so they stayed there. They stayed on station. 25, there's no channel patrol. I don't have anything to reform. Raid vector. Okay. So we have to do another reveal here for our raid vector. This was big and it was only one of them. We get anti-aircraft fire and they're going to drop their ordnance. Oh, you know what? Let's do this first. When these bombers appeared, one of them had a fuselage hit. So there's four cards. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's in that section, and there's 3 bombers. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He takes the fuselage hit. Okay, now they're going to take flak again off of one of the sections. It's going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it'll be plane number 9. 4, 8, 9. So it's going to be that guy. So he's taking some flak damage. And it's on the Hurricane. It's a wing. And if he rolls an 11 or higher, he's going to fall out. Nope. No luck today. That was the flak. Then we go to card 31, which is the bombers release ordnance, move the raid marker along the curving arrow to the turn space. That's here. Remove all our inbound markers. They're gone. Replace them with outbound markers. So I couldn't get to the bombers before they even dropped their bombs. He gets an outbound. 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 Okay. All right. We got to roll for the sun. Even though it's hazy, we should still move it. 10. So it's even on the nose. It goes to port. So there it is. Okay. And we go back to card 12 and restart the interception sequence. So I must be off somewhere because I think I missed a step somewhere. Because this shouldn't be, because I'm all, yeah. I think it was at we did patrol, exit, reform, raid vector, reveal vector markers. We did that. Already in the last space. Let's see. So we did card 31. Go back to card 12. If escort stations are not yet, they are. Ability, no formations. So my guys would be in the lost contact box. And I'm telling you, I'm about out of fuel. My squadron's shot up. I'm going home. You know what? I'm just going to call this one, and we're going to go home. I'm going to live to fight another day. This was brutal. I never even got to the bomber formation because of all the fighters I ran into. So this was a brutal mission here today, a brutal patrol out on the coast, and I ran into all kinds of fighters out there. Yeah, I think I'm sending everybody. They're all going to return to base, and we're going to call that the end. We're going to go to our return to base sequence. So I got to check the fate of all these guys up here. We'll start here with the cockpit. Oh, almost spilled them. Green leader. 3. He caught on fire. And it's a 12. He bailed out. All right. Green leader's going to bail out. I'll put him there for now. Yellow leader. He's got an engine. 9 crashes, and a 12. He bailed out. Yellow leader bailed out. Okay. Green 3 has an engine. A 4 caught on fire. A 5. He goes to the hospital. We'll put him over there. Yellow 3 with an elevator. 12. He made it back to the hangar, so he's okay. Yellow 3's back. All right. Red 3 on the wing. Excuse me. 7. Crashed. A 3. Ooh. Hospital. Okay. Yellow 2. A 9. He made it back. All right. Red 2. 6. Fire. A 9. Man, just missed it. Hospital. Okay. All right, I got to go through and mark everybody up. I scored 1 victory point because I have 4 escorts now, so I earned 1 victory point on this mission. And I had 2 pilots bail out and 3 pilots wounded. And somebody died. Who was it? I thought I had somebody KIA. Well, I'll check it on the video because I thought one of these guys KIA'd. I got to find which one it was, and I got to mark him off. So I had one KIA. I think it was green 3. It was KIA. So I had 1 KIA, 2 wounded, 2 bailouts. So green 3 was eye. Oh man, this was the mission to make him a veteran too. He's going to become a green pilot. Man, that's too bad. He was so close. Well, okay, so I got to replace him. All right, we're going to go through. I got to update all the pilots. Some of these guys may now be getting close enough to become regular pilots or maybe even a veteran. So we'll take a look at that. Oh, tough day in the Battle of Britain. Let me tell you, that was rough. That was brutal. Nothing went right. And we lost a lot of good pilots. A lot of them. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. This was a tough day here, and so it goes to show, and that's the way it went during the battle too, was that, you know, sometimes they got up and they just got hammered by the German fighters, and that's what the game reflected there. I got a lot of guys in the hospital, need to get them out of there, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, hope you enjoyed this, and if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. All that helps, and I'll see you guys for the next one.